episode of Falcons Therapy. Let's get it started with quick prayer and let's get into our episode. Lord, we thank you for, thank you for this weekend. Thank you for this Saturday. Thank you for watching over us all week long. God, we're asking, Lord, that you would bless this stream. Allow some folks to come in to be encouraged, to have their frowns turned upside down, and just help us to continue to be a light that shines in the midst of darkness. Um, Thank you for the opportunity to just have this platform. Thank you for just allowing us with the ability to do what we do and to bring a smile to people's faces. So we just continue to give you all the glory and all the honor. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. What's up, y'all? It's your boy. Let's pray. I hope you guys are having a great beginning to your Saturday. I realize a lot of y'all probably watching college football out there, so your boy might be soloing it today. I get it. I'm currently watching Michigan and Texas. Texas putting the hurting on Michigan right now, making them boys look bad. The defending champion Michigan Wolverines actually at home getting the brakes beat off of them by the Texas Longhorns. I'm sure Bijan Robinson is excited about that. But let's get into this episode, man. I want to start with last night. Last night was the Brazil Bowl. We had the Eagles against the Packers last night, and that contest did not disappoint. What a game it was! It was a back and forth contest, a lot of scoring. Um, Packers and Eagles looked like it was going to come down to the last possession, and it actually really did. The last team with the ball did not win, but it came down to the last play of the game. The final score was in, it was in consideration in those last few plays, but ultimately the Eagles do win. I believe it was 34-29. Eagles win a close contest, but um, the Eagles did not only win, the Green Bay Packers may have lost Jordan Love for a significant amount of time. Jordan Love did get hurt in that game. He got hurt in the last 8 seconds trying to manufacture a play to get his team in range to throw a Hail Mary pass. But all the thoughts and prayers go to Jordan Love, man. Don't know if we've gotten an official diagnosis on that knee, but Jordan Love, clearly his knee popped or kind of gave a little bit. You can see as his legs were together and the defender had him wrapped up kind of around his ankles or calves, so to speak. And you could see that knee kind of give out there. So thoughts and prayers go out to Jordan Love, as I said, and I hope it's not a season-ending injury. I hope he's able to recover. Ronaldo, what's up, Ronaldo? How you doing, brother? Thank you for the like. I appreciate you. Um, I just want to say, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. What's up, mozzarella man? How you doing? Um, so yeah, Jordan Love knocked out of last night's game with 8 seconds to go, and that was just a horrible sight to see. He was writhing in pain on the ground. Really don't know that diagnosis, but I'm sure it'll come out probably by tomorrow night. Whether or not Jordan Love will still be able to play quarterback for the Packers this year. Um, have any have any of you heard about Jordan Love? My contact is I got Atlanta Falcons uh, contact. Atlanta Falcons, and I also do Golden State Warriors content. So I'm a huge Atlanta Falcons fan, football fan, and I am a huge Golden State Warriors basketball fan. I'm from Northern California, so the Warriors are my home team. I'm not a bandwagon fan. I love the Warriors when they were trash. Um, Born and raised just about 20 minutes from Oakland. So, that's my squad. Sports Production. Welcome back, Sports Production. Um, Mozzarella Man, thanks for coming through. And Ronaldo, thanks for coming through as well. Um, so I want to talk about this Packers situation. What are the Packers going to do if Jordan Love is out? The backup quarterback is Malik Willis. Many of you may not know Malik Willis. I mean, I don't know a lot about him, but I do know he was a standout at Liberty College. Uh, really good quarterback there, but also didn't have a lot of great competition he faced in college. But he got drafted by the Tennessee Titans. The Packers actually just traded for Malik Willis a couple weeks ago uh, as their backup quarterback, and unfortunately, he was thrust into action last night. Um, Thank you, Boss. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love, man. God bless you too. Much love to you. Always appreciate the love, the prayers. Um, real quick, if you're here, I know some of y'all got life, so you might pop in for a little bit, but do not hesitate to subscribe. I will be doing a giveaway, and I might just open it up to all football fans, but it will be a I want to give my Falcon fans the first chance, the first crack at it. But I'm in my race to 500 subscribers. I've already done it one giveaway. I think I did my first giveaway at 100 subscribers. I think I gave away $100. $100, 100 subscribers. Um, 300 subs. I'm going. I'm at 342 right now, so I'm going for 5. Okay, I'm trying to bypass the 4, and I'm trying to hit 5 by the end of the year. Um, when I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a NFL jersey giveaway. I want to give away Atlanta Falcons merch. I would hope the person that wins might be an Atlanta Falcon fan, because this channel is dedicated towards Atlanta Falcons content, but it could be anybody who wins. So if you're not a Falcon fan, I can get you a jersey of your own liking. But yeah, I'm going to do a giveaway at 500 subscribers. All you got to do is be a subscriber. I might ask you to share my content on like a social media, Facebook, or Instagram, and tweet it or something like that. But you'll get more information as I get closer to 500 subs. You won't have to purchase anything. You won't have to pay for shipping. I will cover it myself. It's just to show subscribers love and to thank you guys for coming through, because I know you could be anywhere else doing anything else. You don't have to be here on my channel. You don't have to be watching my content. There's a lot of other content creators out there. So I appreciate y'all. Georgia only winning by 17. Well, I mean, that's a luxury Georgia has, man. A 17-point lead against a team that is not in their league is more like a 50-point lead. That team will not come back from 17 down. That's just the reality. When you're playing against Georgia. Georgia's an amazingly talented team. So the question is about the Packers. If Jordan Love has to miss significant time, if Jordan Love will be out the rest of the year, are the Packers comfortable enough to play the rest of the season with Malik Willis as their starting quarterback, or will they make a trade? I don't know where Joe Flacco is, but Joe Flacco came in for Deshaun Watson last year and took them to the playoffs. A backup quarterback can do wonders for your team. I'm thinking a veteran guy would most likely be um, what you would like to see. You said it's not an ankle injury. Okay. Yeah, I think they were saying it was a knee. They were showing his knee kind of popping in and out as he was getting tackled, and his feet were kind of stuck in the ground. So I believe it's a knee. I thought it was an ankle too because how he got rolled up. Eagles, what up? What up? Fly Eagles, fly! Congrats on the win last night. Yeah. Eagles Falcons next week. Um, much love to you. Eagles has landed. Um, you can get up on this too. You can sub and have a chance to win a jersey of your choice. I mean, within reason. Don't be asking for no, authentic freaking Donovan McNabb or whatever that costs $300. I think about 150 is gonna be my limit. 150 gonna be my limit. But yeah, sub, you get a chance to win. Once I get to 500 subscribers, I will have the free drawing for a fan and a sub of my channel to win a jersey of their choice. It's not an ACL tear. Oh, that's good news. That's good news. So he should be able to rehab and come back this year if it's not an ACL tear. I know personally, I tore my MCL in high school, and I was able to rehab for about a month and a half and get back on the field the last 2 games of the season. So, uh, NFL season is much longer, so you might see him back and still be able to, contribute this year. So that's good news. Thanks for the update, Sports Productions. Um, but the Eagles. Let's talk about these Eagles. We got Eagles have landed in here. Saquon Barkley. Let me say his name again. Saquon Barkley was phenomenal last night. I didn't know what to expect from Saquon. Um, being on the Giants, everybody know the Giants trash. Giants hot garbage. Daniel Jones, no shade here, but you garbage too. And Saquon have been playing on that team since he's been drafted in the league. Saquon now has a team. He now has a real bona fide team. Oh my God. He got off to a slow start, but catching the touchdown pass clearly woke him up. Um, and then his running after that, he looked phenomenal. I was almost dreading not drafting him in my fantasy league after I seen him get going because I had a chance to draft him in the second round, but I opted for AJ Brown, um, and I was regretting it, man. 3 touchdowns last night for Saquon Barkley. That was amazing. He had over 100 yards rushing. He had 109 rushing yards on 24 attempts, 2 touchdowns rushing, and 1 touchdown receiving. That's 1, 2, 3 for Saquon. 33 fantasy points in your league. That's amazing. AJ Brown, no slouch though. He had 119 yards receiving, 5 receptions for a TD. So he had over 20 points in my league. But Saquon was phenomenal. It's going to be what are teams going to do when Saquon gets going like that? What can you do? You got Jalen Hurts back there. He has Devontae Smith. He has AJ Brown to throw to. He got my guy. I can't even think of his name right now. The tight end for the Eagles, who's really good as well. Oh, Dallas Goedert. And then they haven't even really deployed their other weapons much. They have Gainwell as a third down back. Then you got a guy that they just traded for. I can't remember his name from the Redskins. Oh, I said the Redskins, the Commanders. Dallas Goedert. Yep, Dallas Goedert. Eagles have landed. What did you think of Saquon? Saquon. I want to in the chat. Anybody who's in this chat, rank Saquon's debut as an Eagle from 1 to 10. 1 being he was about he was okay. 10 being, oh my God, this dude is going to make the Eagles unbeatable. Rank his debut 1 to 10. 10 out of 10. Sports production 10 out of 10. I like it. I got to give him a solid. I hate to give him a 10 because that means he can't improve on the season. Um, I'm gonna give him a 9.5. I'm gonna give him a 9.5. But like I said, he was amazing. Got off to a little bit of a slow start. I think his first touch, he slipped in the backfield and fell. You saw a lot of slipping, a lot of guys losing their footing last night on that field. You know that field is played for football, not football. You know, Brazil is a soccer country. Um, or yeah, just a huge soccer country. But that man, that was the only thing I could knock Saquon on. That slip when he first touched the ball. But like I said, a lot of other people were slipping and falling as well. Seems like they changed out the cleats at halftime, and he wasn't slipping in the second half. He looked like he got stronger and stronger and stronger as the game went on, and that's what I love to see from a running back. I love to see them kind of wear that defense down, and he has a blend of speed, explosiveness, and power. I mean, he does not go down with arm tackles. You have to wrap him up. And sometimes it's going to take 2 or 3 or 4 guys to get that man down. I'm really excited to see Saquon Barkley in this Eagles offense. He was phenomenal last night. Absolutely. Um, I'm glad to see Saquon on a good team too. He deserves it. Like I said, the Eagles are hot. The Giants are hot garbage, and they did Saquon a favor by allowing him to test out free agency. They did him a solid. They did him a favor, not holding on to a guy who's a great talent on a trash team. You know, the Giants aren't going anywhere. He changed his cleats at halftime. Yeah. You saw a lot of guys that were slipping in that first half have a lot better footing in that second half. So I think they found the length of cleats that worked, or the type of cleats that worked in that second half. Yeah, the field was. A lot of guys were losing their footing. A lot of guys were slipping and falling, losing their balance. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine when he plays against the Giants. This dude might have 5 touchdowns. I mean, he could have had 4. That's the thing. He could have had 4 last night, but they played it safe because they had that lead and they were winding the clock down in the fourth quarter, and they were pretty much just wanted to not give the Packers a chance to really muster up a drive. But he could have easily had a touchdown in that fourth quarter, another one. But like I said, they played it safe, and they just wound that clock all the way down and allowed Elliott to kick that field goal with a few seconds left. Really good clock management by the Eagles at the end of that game. Eagles have landed. What do you think about your boy Jalen Hurts last night? Jalen Hurts. How are we going to rate Jalen Hurts' performance last night? 1 to 10. 1 to 10. How did Jalen Hurts look to you? I hope my critique of Hurts is not too critical. Hopefully it's not too negative, but I want to know what y'all think. 1 to 10. What did Jalen Hurts look like last night to you? I thought he had a very up and down game. Very up and down game. The one thing I can say about Hurst though is that you can't tell if he's winning or losing by looking at his face on the sideline or even in the game. Like, you don't know if they're winning or losing, bro. He just got this face. Like, oh, I'm in a football game? Oh, all right. Let me just throw this pass. Very nonchalant, uh, very even keel, almost as if he's disinterested at times. Like, just looks so calm, and I want to say almost too calm. Um, but yeah, I want to give him about a. Ooh, I'm gonna go with a 6. I'm gonna have to give him a 6. Um, he showed up absolutely right. I have it in my notes. He showed up on that last drive where the Eagles winded that clock all the way down. He showed up big time. He made some big throws, and he had a big run for a first down. So he played his best when the game was on the line. That's what I liked about Jalen Hurts last night. But he threw a really bad interception um, in the end zone when he was trying to find A.J. Brown and he was rolling out to the right and he was motioning to everybody where he was going to throw the ball, and then he just tosses it up for grabs. Um, as if no defender was going to go over there. I just thought that was a horrible decision by him. Something you can't do in the red zone. You know, kind of took points off the board. That's third down. You want to at least get a field goal in the red zone. Really bad interception. And then the other interception was a late throw over the middle to Devontae Smith. And the safety McKinney was able to come over and pick that one off early in the game. That was in the first quarter. And then there was a fumble as well. That wasn't his fault, though. Miscommunication between him and his center. But yeah, I thought he made a couple bad decisions in this game. The defense for the Eagles really stepped up because that could have been a 17-0 start for the Packers. But the defense of the Eagles really stepped up, and they held them to field goals in those two turnovers that they had. So really, really good job by the Eagles defense to keep their team in the game, even though the offense was turning over the ball. Jalen Hurts was 20 of 34 last night. He threw for 278 yards. He had a 58% completion percentage, and he had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So yeah, a mixed bag. I give it a 6. Eagles gave him a 7. Sports Production give him an 8.3. Okay. So yeah, solid. I'm giving him a little above flunking. Definitely a lot of room for improvement. Even an Eagles fan give him an average game, 7 out of 10. So yeah, got a lot of room for improvement. But like I said, he played really well that last drive of the game to kind of seal the deal for the Eagles. So one standout for the Packers last night, even in a loss, Jaden Reed. That wide receiver looks like he's running at a different speed than everybody else. Jaden Reed, really great game last night. 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing. 4 receptions for 138 yards. That's almost 40 yards per catch. No. Yeah. Not quite there. He was over 30 yards per catch, though. Over 30 yards per catch. 138 yards receiving on 4 catches, TD reception, and a TD run. That's an amazing game. I think this guy, Christian Watson, was you kind of thought he was the best receiver on the Eagles after his rookie year. He took a step back last year. Then you had Romeo Doubs kind of step it up. And Jaden Reed, I think he actually led the Packers in receiving last year. And this guy last night, he looked like he was the best receiver on the field during certain parts of that game. Really great game from Jaden Reed, albeit in a loss, but not because of his efforts. I mean, he did everything he could to keep the Packers in that game. And he made a great catch in that fourth quarter. I think it was the last play before Jordan Love got hurt. I think it was Jaden Reed who made that catch on the sideline to kind of get them in striking distance of a Hail Mary. So, really good game by Jaden Reed. I was very impressed. Yeah, we're going to kind of stay updated on the Jordan Love news. It's getting an MRI. So, if it's not the ACL, that's like the number one. As long as it's not an ACL, he might be able to do some therapy, and he might be able to get back in the game. Josh Jacobs, he ended the game well. He ended the game really well. You are absolutely right. Sports Productions Josh Jacobs. But I gotta say his O line though. His O line was killing. He had some monster holes to run through, but he also did break some tackles. You saw him break some tackles in the backfield, especially on like a 4th and short. I think he broke a tackle that could have easily been a tackle for loss. So yeah, Josh Jacobs, he definitely got stronger at the end of that game. Seemed to play well. Yeah, Texas dominated Michigan. No contest there. 31-12 final score. Thought Michigan was going to put up a better fight than that, but no Harbaugh. Uh, Definitely got. I think some sanctions are going to be coming down soon. Did you guys watch that documentary about the guy, the signal stealer, the call stealer guy who worked for Harbaugh, worked for Michigan? I watched that on Netflix. It's pretty interesting, actually, seeing that whole drama play out. You got to watch that. It's a good watch. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's a guy who was basically hired to help steal the offensive and defensive signals from other teams, and allegedly do a little more than that. Allegedly, I don't know. That's what the whole documentary is about. I'm not going to say whether he was or wasn't, but allegedly he was doing a lot more than signal stealing. Good watch though, for sure. Good watch. And then my last bit of notes are about tomorrow. Tomorrow we got a full slate of games in the NFL. Week 1, headlining the early window game. Our Atlanta Falcons facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's going to be on Fox. I was ecstatic when I saw this. So I'm going to be able to record the game. I'm going to be at church, actually. So Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Church doesn't start till 11. But I'd rather just watch the whole game in its entirety than watch a little bit and then go to church and then watch the rest. So I'm just going to not watch the game starting at 10. And I'm going to focus on the Lord. Then I'm going to come back home and then I'm going to watch the game. And then I can fast forward through all the commercials and stuff. And then I'll be on with my reaction of the game and the score and all that after I catch up and watch the game later. But we got some news surrounding this game. Got to have a little drama before week 1. Will Russell Wilson, that's a tongue twister. Will Russell Wilson start? Will he play tomorrow? It's been reported that he has some calf tightness. The last few days he's been limited in practice. And apparently he's questionable. Questionable whether or not he'll start tomorrow. I think this is a bit of gamesmanship between Mike Tomlin and the Falcons. I think Mike Tomlin wants that kind of up in the air. You don't know who you're going to be expecting to see tomorrow. But it will be confirmed by, they have to confirm by noon, right? An hour before the game. So will it be Russell Wilson? We don't know. Or will it be Justin Fields? We'll have to wait and see. I personally think that Russell Wilson will start. I just think it's, like I said, some gamesmanship between Mike Tomlin. I kind of wanted to mess with the Falcons' head so we don't know who to key on and, all that. But I do think we will see Justin Fields either way. I think even if Russell Wilson starts, that we're going to see some packages with Justin Fields where he can use his legs, especially if Russell Wilson is at all limited in his movement. I think it just makes sense that Justin Fields will have a package for him, maybe 5 to 10 plays out there to kind of use his legs and possibly catch the Falcons defense off guard. So that's what I'm expecting. But who knows? Maybe Justin Fields starts. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's always my philosophy, though, that if you're playing 2 quarterbacks, what? You don't have one good one. If you playing 2 QBs in the NFL, you got a package for some. I mean, there are some exceptions to the rule, but at this day and age, if you got two guys that you can't determine which one is going to start and which one won't start, that means you don't have one good option. Because if you had a really great quarterback, you wouldn't be experimenting too much with even thinking about starting another guy, right? Falcons will win tomorrow, 24 or 23-14. Okay, and that's my segue. That's thank you for that segue. Sports Productions. In my notes, next I have once again my prediction for the Falcons tomorrow. I have the Falcons winning 31-21 over the Steelers. Great segue, Sports Productions. Um, yeah, I think they are going to be hyped. I think that crowd's going to be going bananas. New look team, new culture, new coach, new QB, new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator. I think we just come out and ball out the Bills. You know what? I'm gonna do that actually. Let me find the schedule for tomorrow. That's something I used to do on my old podcast, but I'm gonna go back and we're gonna start that out. We're gonna start it up. We're gonna start it up again. I'm gonna go down the line. I used to call this segment "Who You Got." Going down the line, and I'm giving my predictions for Week 1. All right, here we go. So we already know the Chiefs and Ravens played. The Chiefs won that game. And I'm not a betting guy, so I'm not doing betting odds and all that type of stuff. I'm just straight across, win or lose. Okay, not doing betting. Um, and the Eagles won last night, 34-29. So here we go. In the Brazil Bowl, the Eagles were victorious. Panthers Saints. This is a tough one. Both teams are trash. Both teams are in the NFC South. I don't like both teams. I don't like the Saints more, but I think the Saints are a better team. I had I don't know if I picked the Ravens or Kansas City Chiefs winner. I'm just hoping that Lamar Jackson played well because I have him on my fantasy roster. But I'm going to go Saints. Yes, I'm going to go Saints as well. I just think they're the better of the worst teams in the NFC South. I think the Panthers have a lot of work to do getting their roster relevant. And I just think the Saints, yeah, they're bad, but they aren't as bad as the Panthers. So I'm going Saints. Next game, I have Vikings Giants. I'm going Vikings. Sam Darnold as quarterback, a little iffy, but they do have Justin Jefferson, gritty. That was my gritty sitting down. Jordan Addison. TJ Hawkinson is hurt right now, but they have my boy Aaron Jones, who came over from the Packers, stayed in the conference, the division, I should say, NFC North, but he goes over to the rival Vikings. So I'm taking the Vikings, man. They got a lot of weapons. My boy has to do is not turn the ball over. Quarterback Sam Darnold, just don't turn the ball over. You guys should win easily. Giants, like I said, Daniel Jones struggling. They have not invested top draft picks into protecting this man. Offensive lineman, I still not understanding why they haven't done that. But they do have a shiny new weapon in Malik Neighbors. So Neighbors is explosive receiver out of LSU. We all know how those LSU wide receivers do when they get into the league. So I expect him to ball out. But I still think he'll ball out in a loss. So I'm going Giants. Giants loss to the Vikings. All right, Bengals, Patriots. Patriots are rebuilding. I'm going Bengals all day. Will Jamar Chase play on his the last year of his contract? I don't think a deal got done. I think yesterday was going to be the deadline for Jamar Chase to get a deal done for a new contract extension with his team. But he apparently is going to play. It's going to be his choice whether or not he wants to play without his new deal secured. And you always are kind of hesitant to do that because what if you get injured? Then you lose a lot of money. I'm going Bengals though, big time over the Patriots. Sports production agrees. He's going 27-10. I think it might be bigger than that. I think it might be 34. It might be 34 to 3. It might be 34 to 3. But we'll see. But I got Bengals big over Patriots. Steelers Falcons. No surprise. 31-21. I got Steelers over the Falcons. Falcons over the Steelers. Why am I saying everything backwards? Falcons over the Steelers. 31-21 at home in Mercedes-Benz with the dub in front of the home fans. Colts, Texans. I'm going Texans, baby. Give me the Texans over the Colts. Anthony Richardson coming back after his season-ending injury last year. CJ Stroud with an amazing rookie season. Leads his team to the playoffs and makes it to the second round of the playoffs before they get bounced out by the Baltimore Ravens. I'm taking these Texans. They added Stephon Diggs and they added Joe Mixon to that offense. So this team is going to be rolling, man. They are healthy. And I think they're going to be putting up some big points, man. They might put up 35, 38, 40 points tomorrow. This team has a ton of weapons. I like the Texans over the Colts. That's a divisional game, too. Next, we got Bills and Cardinals. Give me the Bills over the Cardinals all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Bills definitely going to be hungry after another playoff exit. Josh Allen and company just cannot get over the hump to make it to that Super Bowl. But they did lose a lot of playmakers. That's what worries me about the Bills. They lost Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. But they still have Kincaid. They still have Josh Allen. They lost their running back. Oh, no. They still have James Cook, right? Cook. So, I don't know. We got to see. It's tough to get rid of all your receivers and rely on rookies and kind of like backups. Curtis Samuel there as a wide receiver. So, yeah. I got the Bills winning, though. The Cardinals are a rebuilding team as well. Kyler Murray. Got a shiny new weapon in Marvin Harrison Jr. And then they got that guy, Trey McBride, who ended the season like a monster, who was tearing it up for my fantasy team. I drafted him again this year because Trey McBride was doing his thing, man. Kyler Murray, man. He's a diminutive guy, short in stature, but he can make plays. I think it's going to be a tough season for the Cardinals, but I do think there will be some exciting moments. But I expect the Bills to win tomorrow against the Cardinals. Next up, we got Bears and Titans. The debut of the number one pick, Caleb Williams. I believe that the Bears will win this game at home versus the Titans. Bears, they have a lot of weapons, man. Devondre Swift, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, and DJ Moore. That's a abundance of riches. It's almost like it's set up for Caleb Williams to succeed, and anything but a playoff berth will almost seem like a huge letdown. I know the Bears haven't really been that good for the past few years, but he's set up for success. They really set that guy up for success. So I expect the Bears to put up a lot of points. So does Sports Productions. It's 31-14. I kind of agree with the score. I like that score. Titans, Titans are no slouch though. You know, they're kind of a blue collar team. They're gonna play hard, but they got Will Levis as their quarterback. Definitely not a believer, but he has a big arm. Calvin Ridley, uh, really good wide receiver who can shake loose anytime. Especially, you know, he's one of the. I think he's one of the sharpest route runners in the league. He used to be a Falcon. Come on now, you know about Calvin Ridley. Um, that's why I scooped him up on my fantasy team. I expect him to make some plays out there. No Derrick Henry, absolutely. Tajay Spear, and they got another guy over there. I can't remember who it is, but yeah, I'm not a believer in the Titans. So I'm taking the Bears big tomorrow over the Titans. Jaguars and Dolphins. This could be a good game, but I'm taking the Dolphins over the Jaguars. Tua, Tyreek, Waddle, Mostert. What's the other one? Um, A Chain. He doesn't have a celebration, but you got a cheetah, you got a dolphin, and you got a duck waddling. I'm taking the Dolphins. I expect a lot of points to be scored. Broncos and Seahawks. This could be a better game than it seems. I'm taking the Seahawks over the Broncos. Uh, First year quarterback, Bo Nix. Troy Franklin, first year wide receiver. Both Oregon Ducks. Troy Franklin grew up in my hometown of East Palo Alto, California. So you know I want to pick the Broncos, but I just can't do it. I'm taking the Seahawks. I'm taking Geno Smith and Kenneth Walker to get it done. That run game. And there's always going to be a Tyler Lockett sighting. And DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf holding it down for my fantasy team as well. Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks over the Broncos. But shout out to Troy Franklin, man. Congrats on making it to the league, my boy. I don't know him, so I'm not gonna act like that's my homie that well. But he's from my city. He's from my hometown. And yeah, shout out to the youngster for making it to the league. Congrats, man. I hope you do big things. I hope you do big things for the Broncos. Raiders and Chargers. Ooh, this is gonna be a nice game. It's a nice little divisional matchup between the Raiders and the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh returning to the NFL. Justin Herbert. No more Austin Eckler. Ooh, this is a tough one to call. This is a tough one to call. Chargers are at home. Uh, Raiders are starting Gardner Minshew. Devontae Adams, another East Palo Alto native. Shout out to Devontae Adams, man, killing it, tearing it up in the league. Just really proud of what he's done yeah, as a kid growing up in East Palo Alto, man. Giving a lot of this next generation hope. Um, Ooh, it's tough, man. Herbert, no more Keenan Allen. They lost Mike Williams. Who's their best receiver now over there? Palmer? Is it Palmer? Um, I'm gonna go Raiders. I'm going Raiders, man. Raiders usually start off the year pretty strong. I'm going Raiders. Devontae Adams, man, he's a special wide receiver. He can win you a game single handedly. Yeah, I'm going Raiders. Going Raiders over Chargers. Um, Cowboys versus Browns. This will be an interesting game. Browns number one rated defense last year. Myles Garrett, a monster of a man. Um, Solid secondary. CeeDee Lamb just got paid. Dak did not get paid. It's a lot of storylines surrounding the Cowboys. There's going to be a lot of pressure on them. I'm going to go no Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb won't be able to play for the first, about 4 to 6 weeks of the season, possibly. Um, ooh. They still got Amari Cooper. Yeah, no Nick Chubb. No Nick Chubb, man. Uh, but defense, man. The defense wins championships. The Browns didn't win the championship last year, but they had the number one rated defense last year. Um, Everything in me is saying Browns are still going to win, though, even without Chubb. Um, Nah, I'm going Dallas. I'm going Dallas. I do not trust Deshaun Watson. I don't know what it is, but I do not trust that guy to win me a game. If I had to choose between Dak and Deshaun Watson, if my life depended on it, um, I'm going with Dak. I'm going with Dak. I'm not a Watson fan, so I'm going Cowboys over Browns. Cowboys over Browns. Buccaneers, Commanders. I guess I'm gonna go Buccaneers in this one. I really don't like either of these teams too well in this matchup, but I'm picking the lesser of two evils. Dan Quinn, former Atlanta Falcons head coach, coaching his first game with his new team, the Commanders, with his new quarterback, Jaden Daniels, Heisman Trophy winner last season. I think the first game is going to be a little much for the young fella. I expect him to make some plays though, but he's also going to make some mistakes to his first game. I'm going Buccaneers over Commanders. Mike Evans, White at running back, and you got a pretty decent defense over there. I think they actually lost some pieces though. I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders snuck this game out, but I'm still going Buccaneers. But I'll say it like this: I do hope the Commanders win. I do hope the Commanders win. I like Jaden Daniels, and it would be good to see him win his first NFL game. But I'm still going Buccaneers. And then we got Rams Lions tomorrow night, Sunday night football. Um, Rams Lions. Ooh, that's a good game. That's a good game. How do you pick that one? That's a playoff matchup. Rams Lions. Oh, 27-17. I don't know if I can just. I don't know if I can let the Rams go out like that, bro. The Rams are. I think the Rams are underrated. No Aaron Donald though. Aaron Donald retired. That's the only thing that might make me go Lions. Aaron Donald retired, but they did make some really good draft picks. Braden Fisk they drafted. Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Lions. I'm gonna go Lions. They made some really good additions. Um, they made some really good additions last year as well. In the offseason, actually, um, some additions to their defense, and that offense is pretty rock solid. Jared Goff. Um, they got two really good running backs, Montgomery, and what's my speed guy's name? The fast guy. I can't think of his name at running back, but they got two solid running backs. Um, they got Amon Ra, St. Brown. That dude is the truth. Um, they got Laporta at tight end. Yeah, I'm going Lions. I'm going Lions. MCL sprain. Okay, that's the same injury I had in high school. Same injury I had. He'll be back. He'll be back within 2 months. He'll be back. So that's good news. Good news for the Packers. Thanks for the update. Yeah, that's good news. Good news. 2 months, he should be able to come back. Be about 8 weeks or so. So yeah, I'm taking the Lions, man. I'm taking the Lions. No Aaron Donald. I'm just for that reason alone, I'm taking the Lions over the Rams. But I would not be surprised if the Rams won this game because Sean McVay is a genius offensively. Matt Stafford can still sling that rock. They have Cooper Kupp, the fantasy football legend. Fantasy football legend, man. Cooper Kupp single-handedly won me my league a couple years ago. He will always go down as a fantasy football legend in my book. And then they got Puka. Puka almost won me my league last year. If it weren't for the 49ers laying a dud against the freaking what game was that when Brock Purdy had like 4 interceptions? against the Ravens. Was that against the Ravens? Yes, it was. Christmas. Christmas against the Ravens. Um, I just needed Brock Purdy to throw me one touchdown, and he couldn't even do it. And then they took him out of the game, and I just needed them to complete like one more pass. And he had 4 interceptions or whatever it was. And I lost my playoff fantasy football matchup by less than 1 point that week. And that was the week Amari Cooper had almost 300 yards receiving, and the guy I was playing happened to have Amari Cooper on his team. Heartbroken is not even the word. But if not for that, I would have won my league because Puka was tearing it up, and I had Puka on my team. Yeah. And don't sleep on Demarcus Robinson or whatever his name is, Darius Robinson. Um, third wide receiver number 3. He's pretty good as well. I picked him up last year. He was making a lot of plays. So, and then last game, yep, 49ers versus Jets. 49ers versus Jets. I gotta go 49ers. You know what? Nah, forget that. I'm going Jets, man. There's something about losing the Super Bowl. There's something about the team that loses the Super Bowl the next season. They do not play well. It's been well documented, well known. It's not just me saying that, but who was the team that lost the Super Bowl the year before that? The year before that, Kansas City. It was Kansas City versus the Eagles, right? It was Kansas City versus the Eagles, right? The year before? Not last year, but the year before that. I think it was Kansas City versus Eagles. Yeah, because the Eagles beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship. And you saw what happened to the Eagles last year. Like, they start out 10-1 and it looked like, oh, well, the losing the Super Bowl, curse. I kind of call it a curse. Doesn't affect the Eagles, but then they just fell off the map and lose in the first round of the playoffs. They just imploded. So I'm telling you, something happens to the team that loses the Super Bowl the next year. No matter how good they were the previous year, no matter how many free agents they add to their team, something happens. I don't know what it is, but something happens. So I'm taking the Jets. I think it's going to start Monday night. I'm taking the Jets over the 49ers. But no, it wasn't like that, though, with the Eagles all those previous years. They started out 10-1. They started 10-1. They weren't like blowing everybody out, but they were looking like a well-oiled machine. And then all of a sudden, they just, I'm telling you, something happens to the team. Something happens. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna go into my conspiracy theory of what's gonna happen to the 49ers this year. Maybe we'll do another episode about that later. But I do not expect the 49ers to. They definitely won't be in the Super Bowl. That's my prediction. They won't be in the Super Bowl. But neither here nor there. Those are my predictions. Let me go over them one more time. We got Saints over Panthers, Vikings over Giants, Bengals over Patriots, Falcons over Steelers, Texans over Colts, Bills over Cardinals, Bears over Titans, Dolphins over Jaguars, Raiders over Chargers, Seahawks over Broncos. I'm going Cowboys over Browns, Buccaneers over Commanders, Lions over the Rams, and Jets go into Levi Stadium and shock the world and beat the 49ers. And then lost to the Bucs in the playoffs. Absolutely. Lost to the Bucs in the playoffs. First round. So that's it. That's all I got for y'all today. What matchup, sports production, are you most looking forward to before I get out of here. What is the marquee matchup that you're looking forward to week 1? I know we already had Chiefs and Ravens, and we already had Packers and Eagles, Lions, Rams. That's a good matchup. I want to say I'm saving it for the last. I'm saving it for Monday night. I want to see Aaron Rodgers carve up this 49ers defense. Um, he's been waiting to make his imprint on the Jets organization for 2 years now. Got injured his first play last year. Didn't even get to break a sweat. So now you know he's going to be hungry. You think Aaron Rodgers is watching. But I'm saying, though, we didn't even get to see him play. So we'll see. We'll see. We didn't even get to see him play. I mean, one play, torn Achilles. I mean, that is like a nightmare, right? We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if he's washed. He could be. He could. Maybe he's just average now. Maybe he gets back to his uh, MVP form. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. We got to wait and see. But either way, I will be streaming tomorrow. But I'm going to watch the Falcons game after church. So I'm gonna probably get out of church around 1 o'clock Pacific time, and then watch the game. I'll be fast forwarding though, so it'll probably be a couple hours. So I'll probably be on sometime between 3 and 4 o'clock or something like that. Probably after that late window of games, I'll probably stream right before Sunday night football. Probably do that. So yeah, probably shoot for 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock Pacific time. So depending what state you're in, if you're on the East Coast, it'll be 7 o'clock. Central time, yeah, 7 o'clock exactly. So let's shoot for 7 o'clock. That way I can get up to date on other games and stuff like that. After I watch the Falcons, get something to eat, you know what I'm saying, do all that stuff, and then hop on and talk some Falcons. Talk. I mean, I'll talk Falcons, but I'll talk just games in general. Appreciate you, Sports Production. Much love to you. Thank you for coming through. We almost hitting an hour, so we almost made it. I told you I was going to stream every day until the first Falcons game. Going to stream every day this week, and thankfully we have been able to keep that pledge. It has been a pleasure to stream and to talk with you guys and to meet you guys, and hopefully we'll continue to do some more streams in the future. I don't know if I'll be streaming every day, but I'm definitely still going to be streaming. Let's say I'm going to shoot for at least 3 times a week. And if I do a little more, then I can do a little more. But I don't want to make a commitment and then not live up to it. You feel me? So let's shoot for 3 times a week. And if I do a little more, then I do a little more. And we're just going to come in and have fun as we normally do. As I end every episode, tell those that you love them while you can. Your friends, your family. Man, tomorrow is not promised. You never know what's going to happen from one day to the next. Not trying to scare you, but just the reality. Things can change in life so easy. So, I mean, your family, your parents, your siblings, your great friends that you have, tell them that you love them while you can. And have a blessed and a prosperous rest of your weekend. Much love to you. Enjoy tomorrow's NFL games, and we will see you tomorrow after we watch the Falcons at roughly 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific time. It's your boy, Let Us Pray. Have a blessed and a prosperous rest of your Saturday. Peace, and I'm out.